What's going on, Facebook? What's going on? Let me try on these different glasses. My dog, if you followed any videos I've done before, he ate my glasses, so I don't know. Let's try that. Yeah. What's up? Who's all in there? It doesn't show me no names. Just want to say hi to you guys. Let me see if I can swipe this some way. Nope. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you coming in. Not sure who's in there, but just thank you for watching. I wanted to come and kind of touch base with you. I think I see my beautiful daughter in there. What's up, baby girl? I love you so much. Wanted to touch base with you guys on a project that I'm getting ready to kick off here in 2021. As you guys know, I started Hope for Tomorrow and about 3 years ago now. And it's been a goal to lift up our community and to kind of stop the spread, but to stop the suicide rate that's going on, and kind of just encourage people to hold on. And since we started that, I've really kind of evolved a little bit more, because now it's more, I really want, in my life and my testimony and my story, if you've heard any bit about it, I'm not going to really get into it a whole lot, but I've encountered the drug addiction and the gangs and the depression and all that stuff. It's a part of who I was and my growing process. So I can really fit in and relate to a lot of things that are going on in the city, and it really touches my heart, and it's really yanking on my heart, I should say, to want to reach out and help people. And I feel that all of that actually does tie back to suicide. And so, as you know, the last couple years, we've had car shows that we've reached several thousand people, had some great help with from the Boulevard Bullies and from some great artists that would come and donate their time and their love to the city. Great resources coming from different organizations to give us all the resources we need for people to help, to reach out to. And it's just been great. And more than that, just the community out, the way everybody's come together, it's been a wonderful thing. But with COVID going on, we weren't able to do that this year. And so spur of the moment, we were able to do a gift drive. And the way the community came together was amazing. We helped out so many families, and I just want to shout it out to everybody that was a part of it. I thank you all so much. And I want you all to know that was all God. It's not a Hope for Tomorrow thing, and it will never, ever, 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 ever be a Shannon thing. Because I'm just me, man. I just have a desire to want to make a change. I want to correct where I went wrong in life, and more than that, I want to lead my kids and my family to victory and love them as we all should do and want to be, So it's just me. It's never about me. But the way everybody came together as a community, it was beautiful. We helped a lot of families, and I'm so grateful for that. And a lot of tears from a lot of people, and humbleness. It just really humbled my heart as well. So coming into 2021, we're getting ready to go into this. We made it through Christmas. We're getting ready to come into the New Year's Eve and celebrate making it through this year. And going into the year, the problems of 2021 are still going to follow us into that. It's not like the ball's going to drop and then all of a sudden you're going to wake up New Year's Day and COVID's going to be gone and all the stuff that's going on in the world is going to just disappear. That's just not the case. You're going to celebrate. You're going to, however it is you choose to celebrate, you're going to, with loved ones, alone. Maybe you're going to sleep through it. You're going to make your New Year's resolutions like you normally do. But when you wake up, it's going to be 2021, and the stuff of 2020 is carrying over into that, And so carrying over into 2021, we're also carrying over our mission. I don't know if you guys follow Hope for Tomorrow page or pay attention to the website, h42m.org. But if you pay attention to my posts, you know that I have a huge passion for making a difference in my city, and I'm authentic with that. I love my city. I love Greeley, Colorado. This is my home. This is where I was born. This is where my babies were born. This is where I heard their first cries. This is our home. And I want it to be a safe place for all of us, for my family, for your family. I want it to be a place of hope. And recently on one of my pages, my Greeley community page, there was a young man who was, I think it was a young man, he was talking about moving here from Florida. And he was wanting a little bit of advice about the city, some things to check out and everything. And for being a Greeley, Colorado community help page, the negative comments that were on that they were irritating. I'm going to be real with you. It was pissing me off. I love my city, man. And if you're just going to fester in what's going wrong with it, every city you go to, I don't care if you leave here and go anywhere else in the United States, there's going to be problems. You show me a city where they say it's perfect, I'm going to show you freaking somewhere in that community, somebody's locked in the basement getting high. It's not perfect. This is a national thing. Every city has their problems. But to hear the people that live in our city talking down on our city the way they were, it just irritated me. And here's the reason why. Because we know there's a problem. We all know there's issues and stuff, but there's great stuff. I couldn't do any of the stuff that I do and I'm able to do in this without God and without the beautiful people and amazing members of this community and of this city, and just to hear them talking down on it, it just made me think, we know there's a problem, right? We know there's problems. We know we got gangs. We know we got drug addiction. We know there's things going on in our city, right? And anyway, the way I look at it, just to be blunt, is if you know there's a problem and you're just going to stand on the sidelines and speak about how bad the problem is and talk down on your city, sit down and shut up. Simple. Otherwise, if you know there's an issue, let's come together and let's do something, right? So it prompted me to start this new year coming in, that we're going to do a new project. I started thinking, how are we going to do this? What can we do going into the new year? Likely not going to be able to do the car show. We're not even going to plan for that this year. That's a great thing, and I look forward to doing it in the future. So many amazing people show up to that, and we've helped so many people along the way through that. But I started thinking, what can we do to get a message out to the city, to reach those gang members, to reach the people that are fighting addiction right now, to reach the people who are fighting depression right now, the people who feel alone. If you're a gang member, you feel, when I was in a gang, I felt stuck. I was stuck, and I really believe that that's why God created me. There was no help. There was nobody to jump off the sidelines and want to encourage me that I was going to relate to, at least. There was plenty of people who said, Shannon, you shouldn't be doing this. This isn't what life's about. But in my mind, I was like, you don't know what the hell I'm going through. You've never been through it. Why am I going to listen to you? Shut up. You're wasting my time. I wasn't going to hear it, And other than that, it was just, again, people sitting on the sidelines. And when I was fighting addiction, it was the same thing. I was going through all this stuff alone. And I remember both times, through the gangs and the addiction, just looking in the mirror in disappointment and sad. I remember flipping God off and blaming him for the choices that I made. And just wondering why, why did you create me for this? And accepting that. That's the problem, is I accepted that. I was like, okay, that's what I was made for. Then that's what it is. I accept it. And how many people out in our city are like that? And it don't have to be that. It's a lie, So I started thinking, what can we do to reach that gang member? What can we do to reach that person who's fighting addiction? What can we do to reach the person that's fighting depression right now? And more importantly, what can we do to reach the community and get them off the sidelines? Quit talking about it and be about it. What can we do to reach the people out there to get involved with what we're doing and what we're trying to do? And when I say we, I'm not talking about me and just Hope for Tomorrow. There's all kinds of organizations out there right now that are doing great things for the community, but we need you. They need you. The people on the streets need you. Your family members need you. I'm sure somewhere in this news and this feed of people watching me, I'm sure that you got a family member right now that maybe that he or she's not a gang member, but maybe she's addicted to drugs. Maybe he or she's not even addicted to drugs, but is addicted to alcohol Maybe none of that applies and they're fighting depression quietly. This stuff affects all of us. So here it goes. The project. The 2021 project for Hope for Tomorrow is going to be called Changes. And I know that sounds pretty simple, and that's what I wanted to keep it. But I was thinking on the way home, I was like, what can I call this? And I'll go into detail a little bit more about what it is we're going to be doing. But I was just thinking on the way home, I was like, what would be a good name for this? What could I call it? And I turned the music down. I started talking to God. And I'm like, God, where do I go with this? And I started thinking, what are you trying to do? And I'm trying to change the way people think in the community. I'm trying to encourage people. I'm trying to get the community to come together so that we're doing it together. What better way to reach people than have a whole lot of people come together and show you that you matter and that you don't have to settle, that to understand. So Changes, I came with the name Changes, and it's an acronym. And I'll share that on Facebook. You'll see it soon. It's Changes, and it stands for changing habits and accomplishing new growth, encouraging success. Again, that's Changes, changing habits and accomplishing new growth, encouraging success. Because that's what we're trying to do, right? We want new growth. We want to encourage people. We want to show them that success is their way. We want to change those bad habits. We want to change the cycle of the youngsters who are out there gambling and feel like that's what it is that they got to be doing. We want to change all this stuff. And I wish I could see who all was in this room, but for whatever reason, it's not letting me. But thank you guys for being a part of it. And if you can share it, share it. This is something that we're putting together for all of you, for our entire city, and we're asking you for backing, and not financial backing, but just your support, like you've been doing. So what we're going to do is it's going to be a 4-part videos, okay? 4 series. The 4 series are going to be reaching out, and these are going to be professional made videos. We've already got a crew of wonderful people. Matter of fact, I just got done with the meeting with several of the people in our community who have the same desire as I do to want to make a difference, and they're putting their skills together and their talents together to be able to make this something pretty amazing. I'm very excited by this, and I can't thank you guys enough for this. So it's going to be a 4-part video. The first part of that series is going to be directed towards the gang member, right? And we're going to be trying to reach out in this with 4 parts. That's going to be 4 different videos that we're going to be reaching out to the gang members in our community, to the youngsters, to the older ones, to just the people who are still stuck in that lifestyle, whether they've accepted it or that's what they like. We want to encourage you that that's not the way life got to be. You don't have to settle for that. And what better way to encourage people and do that than have it come from a community full of people who have experienced it. So we're going to be taking auditions, not auditions, but interviews. We're going to be interviewing people soon for these videos because, again, it's only 4-part per series, and we're looking for just the right ones that are going to speak in volumes, and I'm sure they all are. It's going to be a hard choice. But we can't have somebody from the north reaching out and think that they're going to reach a young kid who's still active from the south side of town, and vice versa. These kids and these people, they're going to want to listen and hear somebody that they can relate to, right? So somebody from the north side of town is probably going to relate to somebody more from the north side of town, as was the South and the rest of this stuff. And plus, these people are going to be influencers, people who were people of influence, not just somebody that was out there doing the thing and that, but somebody that was influenced. But the most important part of this are these people are going to be success stories. Success. And that's the last part of Changes, is success. They're going to be success stories so that they can show, like, look, man, you don't have to be a part of that lifestyle. There's so much more to life to get out of that. This recklessness, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost, the ultimate cost, it could be your life, whether it's in prison or whether it's buried in the ground. So often where we see these with social media, we're surrounded by death so often somewhere, and we keep seeing these rest in pieces and this and that, and a lot of it has to do with health and everything, but how much of it is stuff that could be avoidable, you know? And that's where we step in. And so our goal on this is to show these people that are in the gangs that there's a better way to life, and that they don't have to accept their current situation. And we want to encourage them. We want to build them. We want to walk with them, and we want to mentor you away from that lifestyle. We want to bring you to be involved with what we're trying to do and build our city up, to show you the greatness of being on the other side. So once we get through that 4-part series, those will come out probably once a month. So that gives people an opportunity to really learn about somebody. You know, when somebody comes on and shares their story and shares their hope, they're really opening up to you. You know, they're sharing something, a life experience that they went through that probably haunts them in one way or another, but they're choosing to share it with somebody, not to glorify the lifestyle that they lived in, but to show you that there's hope and that you don't have to be in it. So it takes a lot for somebody to share that. And so we want people, the people that are going to be in these videos, to be able to have the time to be appreciated and for what they've gone through and the way they changed it, to be able to make a difference, if that makes sense. So maybe every 3 weeks to a month, we'll put out another video in this 4-part series on gangs. Then from that, we're going to go into addiction. And it's going to be the same thing. We're going to be reaching people out on the street, and it's going to be focused on people who are fighting addiction, whether it's pills, methamphetamines, heroin, alcohol. There's so much stuff out there right now. And if you're fighting addiction, you know, it's so easy for it to happen. So easy. You know, you make that one poor choice, and we all make poor choices in life. We've made them from the time we could probably walk, and we decided that we were going to touch a stove or walk down the stairs with wobbly legs. You know, probably not a good idea. And we're going to make them growing up. Just the older we get, the wiser we get, and the less likely we are to really make some foolish ones. But we're still going to make poor choices, you know. And so addiction is one of those things that you might have made a poor choice and you tried something because who knows what the situation could have been. Maybe you just wanted to feel something different. You've seen the way it was at the current moment the people around you were feeling. Maybe you were really going through something tough in life and you're really trying to numb that pain. Whatever the reason may be, you made a poor choice and it haunts you, it grabbed you, you know. And so that 4-part series is going to be success stories. Again, with both of these success stories, people that have fought addiction, they went through the addiction, They did what they needed to do, whatever that may have been, to get them away from that addiction, and they've turned their life around and are living a successful life free of that bondage, which is great. I love hearing those stories. And again, I can't wait to hear the interviews on this. We're going to be taking these interviews. Again, we only have 4 slots per series, but we really appreciate anybody who wants to be a part of this and reach out and share the pain and stuff they went through and how they got through it so that they can bring hope to somebody else. So once we get through that 4-part series of addiction, then we'll go into another series of depression. Depression, man, it's another thing in life, you know, whether it's circumstances and we don't have the right coping skills. You know, our young kids right now, we downplay what they're going through right now. Maybe not downplay, but, you know, let me reword that. Sometimes in life, we might think, because we're older, that, and we've been through our breakups and this and that, and we've grown, we've learned how to deal with them, that a breakup of a relationship or some kind of a loss of a major relationship, we might not look at that as serious as what the youngsters looking at it at the time, going through it for the first time or maybe even the second time. You know, that's some hurtful stuff. And if we think back, you know, I'm sure we went through the same kind of problems, the same kind of pain. It's just as we get older, we got better coping skills on how to deal with it. But it took time and it took lessons to get to that. How many kids are we losing? How many kids are we losing because the coping skills might not be where they need to be, but it was a life lost and it wasn't over something dumb. To them, it was the world, you know. How many people right now are at home and stuck losing their business, our small businesses, everything that they work their tail off of, and their dreams. We can't never underplay our small businesses, because that takes a lot of work to do. If it didn't take that much work, dreams and desire and effort, we'd all have our own business. That's a lot of work, and how many of them are out there right now fighting and doing everything that they can for that business to survive, for that dream to survive. How many people are out there unemployed right now and can't find a job? How many felons are out there who are trying to change their life around from a poor choice that they made, and society or whatever it may be is not giving them a choice or a chance? That stuff is deep, and they're sitting in the corner for whatever reason it might be, in the dark, right? But they don't have to be in the dark alone. And people don't have to think that they're weird for being in the dark. We got to break that stigma. We all hurt. We all go through pain. But it's okay. That's normal. It's normal to be upset and sad and feel alone, to get those feelings. What's not okay is to keep it to yourself and feel like you have to keep it to yourself because you're being judged for it, when we're all feeling that way. So that one's going to be another thing. And with that 4-part video, interviews as well, we're looking for the stories of people who may have made an attempt on their life, who struggled it and got caught up in a moment in life and thought they were never going to get out of it. But that attempt failed, and now their life is turned around completely. And if it would have succeeded, they wouldn't even be here. They wouldn't even know how wonderful life could be. How many of our babies are out there, our young kids, whether it be from drug addiction, drinking and driving, car accidents where they were behind the wheel or not, depression with the suicide rates and everything going up. In my life, and I'm sure you guys can agree with me on this, my god kids have been through more funerals in the last few years than I can ever remember in my entire life. These kids are surrounded by death right now when they should be surrounded by life. It's sad that we're losing so many of our young people, and we just got to be a beacon of light. So I'm really looking for people that are going to be able to show that the circumstances change, to hold on. You've never even experienced being married. You've never, maybe a breakup happened, and yeah, sure, that person meant the world to you. And of course, that's love, man. Love hurts. Love's great, but I can't even remember my first girlfriend. I really cannot remember her. And I don't remember what she looks like. I don't remember any of that. Of course, I don't remember a lot of stuff that happened a week ago. But at the same time, we got to encourage people to know that that the circumstances are going to change. Give life a chance. Give life a chance to know what it's like to have a baby, to be a dad, to be a mother, to graduate. Give life a chance to know what it's like to buy a house, to work up to purchase your very first home, and let it change, So we're really looking forward to filling those spots of people who are going to be able to get that message across to people and help them out. And then from that, we go into our fourth part of the series, and that's only a 1-part video. The other ones are 4-part videos, because we feel that everybody's story is important. And if we try to put 4 people on one video, you're looking at an hour's worth of time, and you're not going to be able to keep people's attention. And I could prove it. My thing up here in the corner next to live is an eyeball, and it goes from 20, 18, 23, 17. We don't have the attention span to want to sit and listen to it. The 20 of you that are in there listening to this still, thank you. This really means a lot to me. And I'm counting on you guys to help me with it. So number 4, that is going to be community. Now, I told you about the first 3. We got gangs, we got addiction, and we got depression. Now, the key thing about those 4-part series is that those are going to be 12 success stories. 12 stories of people who got away from gangs. Or 12 stories altogether, but 4 of people who got away from gangs, 4 of people who got away from the drugs, 4 of people who survived circumstances and got done what they needed to do to change that around, that the circumstances changes. 4 success stories. That's key. You know, that's key to community, because I sat here and I thought about it, and I'm like angry about the videos that were going on or the comments that were going on my page about Greeley when that person was talking about moving here. And I thought about it. I come from, by personal choice, I've experienced gangs, I've experienced the drugs, I've experienced depression. Sometimes depression wasn't a personal choice, but a lot of it wrapped up into what my personal choices were that brought that on. I've experienced a lot of this stuff, so I understand it. I understand why somebody would want to be a gang member. I understand the thrill that somebody would get out of being a gang member. I understand the sense of brotherhood and feeling that somebody would get from that. I get it. I was there. I lived it. Same with the addiction. Same, I understand what it's like to be numb to drugs and to escape your problems to it. I understand what it's like to look in the mirror in tears, crying because I want to get away from it, and my family and my life is crumbling right before my very eyes, and I'm too weak as a person personally to get away from it, that it just had that stronghold. I get it. I was there. I lived that. I understand depression. I tried to kill myself. You know, I tried to force the Greeley police to shoot me and take my life. You know, and on top of that, the other times before that where I had a loaded gun to my head, just massaging my temple with one chambered, tears hitting the floor, just hating life, hating my circumstances, not feeling no sense of purpose. I get it. I lived that. But some of these people who are making those comments, some of these people in our community, they've never experienced gangs. They hear what they hear on the Greeley Tribune or on the news, or maybe even what they portray the lifestyle to be from a movie they watched. You know, that's their encounter with gangs. Some of the people in our community, you know, thank God, have never experienced that. Thank God they've never experienced drug addiction. You know, so if you never experienced a drug addiction and what that felt like, then it's easy to say this and say that because you never lived that. It's easy to say, why is this person being a gang member, and just get away from it, because you never lived it. It's easy for you to say, just cheer up, everything's gonna be all right, because you maybe you don't have that sense of depression as deep as somebody else does. So it's easy to overlook that. So it's easy to stay on the sideline and talk about it and not do nothing about it. It's because you don't understand. I get it, man. I get that now too. I didn't before, but I get it now. You don't understand. So the purpose of these videos is to show you success stories. 12 amazing success stories through those 3 different series that somebody in the community might be able to look at and say, all right, I get it. Man, that's crazy. I never thought of it like that. Or holy cow, that is incredible that person even survived that and made it through that. You know, a whole new look of respect for the situation, you know. And when you can respect the situation and respect what somebody went through, then you want to get involved, right? If you don't know what you're getting involved in, and it's all just a blur to you and you don't have no understanding in it, nobody wants to do that, right? Nobody wants to put together a puzzle that doesn't have a picture on the box. So hopefully we're going to be able to bring a sense of awareness. And then the great thing about that, again, is their success stories. These are people that made it through it, right? And there's so many of them out there. So many people out there. And it's a shame that we have to limit it to 12. But it's just an example to not give up on people, to not sit on the sidelines. If you know there's a problem, then stand up for your city. Stand up for your home. This is your home. This is not just my home. Whether you just moved here or you were born here in North Colorado Medical Center, this is your home. Don't stand on the sidelines and expect somebody else to make it better for you, right? We got to do that together. So with that going through, I got a great team to do that. And now we're going to add some fun to it, because why not have fun doing something? We got to bring the fun to it, you know. We got the mission. We're going to bring some fun to it. So there's so many amazing artists of all types in our city. I am blown away by the talent that is in Greeley, Colorado. It just blows my mind. Greeley's got to be, it's just so talented, amazing. I love my city. I love Greeley, Colorado. It's my home. But we're gonna do a music cipher, and if you don't know what a music cipher is, I got a bunch of local artists that we're gonna get together, and we're not gonna rap and do music about gang violence in our city. We're not gonna rap and do music about people getting beat up in our city. We're gonna do some music about the organizations out there who have stepped up to do something. We're gonna do music about the Jobs of Hope program. We're gonna do music about people like my brother Jonathan, who stepped out of his comfort zone and believed in so much of what he wants to do that he started his own Elevate clothing line to bring a message out. We're gonna speak life into that. We're gonna speak life into the shelters around here that are trying to do something with the homeless. We're gonna speak life into the women's home, the women's place where they're helping people with domestic violence. We're gonna speak life into the places like the C.H.A.N.G.E.S project, where they're helping families overcome addiction by keeping them and remaining them families. We're gonna do music about organizations like Hope for Tomorrow, where people come together and they've overcome this kind of life, and they step out of their comfort zone and try to rally the community together to get involved to make it a better place to us. We're going to do music about the tattoo parlors out there who are constantly doing great things for their city by raising money and sending them off for cures for cancer and cures for this. There is so much great stuff going on in our community, and we're going to lift that up. We're going to let that be known. We know by opening up the paper and turning on the news and hearing on Facebook, we know that there might have been a shooting 2 months ago, that there was a shooting at Walmart between two people. We know that happened. Everybody knows that happened. But what people aren't hearing is the great stuff that's happening in our city. So we're going to bring light to that, and we're going to lift it up, and we're going to encourage people to get involved. And then you know what the fun part about it is? The fun part is we're going to challenge the surrounding cities. That goes for you, Longmont, Fort Collins, Milliken, even our little towns, Denver, Pueblo, Colorado Springs. We're going to challenge you guys. Let's stop making music about how we're killing ourselves and destroying our city. I want to know what you guys are doing in your city. That's my challenge. What are you guys doing in your city? I know there's great things going on in your city. Do you? And if you do, why ain't you bringing that to life? Why ain't you bringing that to light? Why ain't you bringing awareness to that? Right? That's your city. That's your home. That's your kids' place. That's your grandkids, your nephews, your nieces. That's their home. Lift it up. Build it up for them. Let's make it a better place. But you know what? Why stop at Colorado, right? Where you at, Houston? Where you at, freaking California and all the different towns in there? We're challenging all of you. This beat's going to come out hard. These artists that are going to get out here, they're going to pour their heart out into it. And they're going to pour their heart out into lifting up all the great things that are going on. And I want to know where you guys are at. Where do you stand for your city? And for the community, where do you stand? Are you going to be that person who stands on the sideline of your home and lets it fall apart and lets somebody who's troubled and may not have any hope destroy it? Or are you going to be somebody who stands up? Are you going to be somebody who gets involved? Are you going to stand up and say, this is my home? Are you going to take pride in your city? For when the next person says they want to move here and wants to know something that's good that's going on in their city, that you can speak life into it, right? Right? Isn't that what it's about? So we're going to do that. It's going to be fun. And that we're going to be taking auditions for. And the important thing about that is we want everybody to be involved. So if you're out there, but you ain't ready to commit to that lifestyle change, but you're thinking about it, surely I'm not going to put you as the face of that cipher, because we need the face of that cipher to be people to lead by example. Because if we can't have somebody getting on the music, rapping about the great stuff that we're doing to keep the city drug free or fight drug addiction, and get caught selling meth 2 months later, right? We can't have somebody get on there rapping about the stuff we're trying to do to stop gang violence and lift our youth up, and then get caught for a shooting a year, 6 weeks later. It can't be that. You gotta, if you're gonna be the face in that, then you gotta live up to that. It's a huge responsibility. but I know you're out there, and I want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. But if you're out there and this speaks to you, but you're not quite ready for that, I still want you being a part of that, man. I ain't judging you. I want to help lift you up out of that gutter. I'm coming in. I'm offering my hand. Come be part of the video. Come learn what it takes to edit it. Come jump on that and be a hype person. Be in the back end. We're gonna have a ton of people on this video in the back of it, just lifting it up, man. We ain't gonna have that many people doing the music part of it, but we got more music videos. We got more not videos, but more music. We're gonna put music to every one of those series. So when it comes to the gang violence and this now, if you're a gang member out there and you've been thinking about getting away from it, man, I encourage you to do it. The best thing I could have ever done was get away from that. And I realized after opening up my eyes that it was a lie. And once I realized it was a lie, then I was able to start elevating myself to another level in life and finding more purpose and recognizing that stuff. And so maybe that's you. Maybe you're thinking about that right now, right? We're still going to put the music out there. There may not be a video to this next one, but maybe you got some mad talent. Get a hold of us. Let's hear your story. Let's hear what you got. Let's see what we could do together. Maybe you overcame addiction. Maybe you overcame that, and it's something that you don't want your face to be seen on, or you still might be fighting with some things like that. We ain't giving up on you. We love you. We know what it's like. We're in this together. But if that's you, get a hold of us, man. We'll figure something out. We want you to be a part of it. We want you to be a part of it, all of you. This is our city. This is Hope for Tomorrow. This is not Hope for Tomorrow organization, but Hope for Tomorrow, to wake up, to go to bed tonight and have hope that tomorrow is going to be a better day. To have hope that tomorrow is going to get us out of those gutters. We got to hold on to that hope. So we invite you to be a part of it. I got great people, a great team put together on this, and we're going into the beginning parts, but they all believe in this, and we're all going into this swinging. If you're out there right now and you've never heard or really experienced any of the gang stuff and really any of the addiction stuff, let me share it with you. I've been through it. Call me up and let's sit down and have some coffee, and let me share with you what so many other people are going for. Let me help you understand, because if you understand, then it gives you the desire to want to help. Okay? I can understand not wanting to get involved if you don't know what it's all about. Let me show you what it's all about, because it's about it and it's around you. So you might as well educate yourself with what's going on with it. I just want to give a shout out to all of you, Greeley, Colorado. This gift drive, again, let's go back to that, how beautiful our city is, that we helped so many families, and it was just beautiful. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing to know that so many of you out there care to want to make a difference and help somebody else out who's struggling right now, that you would donate not just your finances, but your time to go get the gifts, to drop off the gifts, to take part in the drive that we did, and the time for all our volunteers. So that there were some happy little kids. I promise you that. There were some happy little kids come Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. And you know what? There were some happy parents even before that, knowing that they could do that for them. So thank you guys. That was just a beautiful thing. And so if you're going to talk shit about Greeley, sit down and shut up. We don't want to hear it. This is Greeley, Colorado. This is our home. I respect your opinion, but we don't want to hear it. We want to hear change. We want to hear change. Let's get involved. Let's do this stuff together. Let's reach this city together. Let's be an example to the neighboring cities, but we got to do it together. And I'm here. I'm here for you. If you guys want to know anything you don't understand, hit me up. It's nothing but love. Nothing but love for all of you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for sitting in here and watching this. And please share this. I know it's a long video, so a lot of people ain't going to get through it, but maybe they'll hear what they need to hear, right? God bless you all. God bless Greeley, Colorado. God bless this new project that we're getting ready to. God bless my team that's coming together with me to be a part of this. God bless everybody who wants to come and be a part of making this happen. And God bless everybody out there who watches it and shares it so it can be seen by people who need to see it. You guys have a wonderful night, and Remember, New Year's is coming up. Don't be drinking and driving.